A new report of a Canadian connection to that deadly hostage-taking in Algeria. A report that Canadians were among the group of heavily armed militants who stormed the natural gas complex and took hostages last week. Now, we're going to be bringing you updates on the story throughout the morning, but let's take you right now to London and our Anne McMillan, who's been on this story since it happened on Wednesday and here with the latest developments. Obviously, Anne, very early in this reporting, but what do we know so far of a Canadian connection?
Heather, the international news agency Reuters is quoting an Algerian security source who says the bodies of 2 Canadian kidnappers were found among the dead at the gas plant. A statement from Canada's Foreign Affairs Department confirms it is aware of reports that Canadians may have been involved in the hostage-taking in Algeria and that Canada is seeking further information and is in close contact with the Algerian authorities. The statement goes on to say, and I'm going to read it here to you, Canada condemns in the strongest possible terms this deplorable and cowardly attack and all terrorist groups which seek to create and perpetuate insecurity in the Sahel countries of West Africa. Heather, the death toll from the siege continues to rise today. At least 48 hostages are thought to have died, and the search is still on for 20 hostages who remain unaccounted for. They include British, American, Japanese, Filipinos, Norwegian workers. 32 militants appear to have been killed in the 4-day siege. More details about the attack are expected to be revealed when Algeria's Prime Minister gives a news conference later today, and also Britain's Prime Minister David Cameron will make a statement in Parliament this afternoon.
So we'll be listening in for both of those addresses, some important information. We'd hope to speak to Canada's Foreign Affairs Minister, John Baird, but he's in Washington for Inauguration Day and is not going to be available this morning, but we'll work for further information from Foreign Affairs on the Canadian connection here, possibly. For now, though, I mean, obviously the information may change in these addresses to come, but what do we know so far about the siege itself and the militants behind it?
Well, I'll start with the militants. A group called Brigade of the Masked Ones has claimed responsibility for the Algeria attack, and they say it was carried out by a special commando unit called Those Who Sign in Blood. It was masterminded by a well-known militant and criminal, drug smuggler and frequent hostage taker called Mokhtar Belmokhtar, and he claims he was working on behalf of Al-Qaeda. Yesterday, a jihadist website broadcast a statement by him that was recorded while the siege was going on. He said that the kidnappers were prepared to negotiate if the French stopped killing Islamists in Mali. As far as what happened during the siege, we're beginning to hear from some of the hostages who've made it home safely. A French worker talked about how his life had been saved by Algerian colleagues who hid him and brought him food and water. A Scottish man says he and several others locked themselves in his office and managed to escape by using wire cutters to get through a fence surrounding the gas complex. He said he had a few moments of panic when the Algerian soldiers picked him up in the desert because they appeared to be wearing the same uniforms as the kidnappers.